Ocho Cinco, was he a quarterback?
Your ass better call somebody.
I hate Andy Dalton, but you hold on, I forgot. We got fucking Andy Dalton, the fucking Red Rocket. I'm sorry.
He's going for the touchdown. Caldwell Pope. How about that one, baby?
You gotta make a name for yourself. You gotta go out on a limb.
That's all you gotta say. The dude is gonna put up numbers. He's not gonna fold.
Just wait and watch, man. You just wait and watch.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the NFL Weekly Matchup, Week 10. We're back with NFL football. We had some interesting games last week. Obviously, Josh is not here. It's just me and Clay this week. So we're going to be talking some fantasy football. We're going to be talking some spreads and everything else. We're going to try to talk a little bit more fantasy this week. We haven't done much fantasy. Make it, worth your while a little bit. Talk a little bit of fantasy. But Clay, how was your week of NFL?
It's all right. Fantasy purposes wasn't too good. Didn't win a whole lot of leagues. Didn't win a whole lot of money this week on some player prop bets. So
did we even win in our league?
Cold.
I haven't looked. Did we win in our league?
No, man. Our team, we didn't have McCaffrey play this week. Aaron Jones didn't do anything. We actually had receivers play worth a damn, and we still lost. So
he's hurt now too, right?
Who is that?
Aaron Jones. He might be hurt.
I don't know. I haven't even seen it.
He was injured, but they said he's projected to play, I think. So we'll see.
I don't think he played. I saw A.J. Dillon a lot in that game. I don't think he played a lot in the second half. But who knows, man? I mean, we got a 5-3 record. We're winning the division by a game. So we may want to hold off on that and dropping players just because we don't want our bill to get too damn high. But.
Gotcha. Yeah, I think I'm at me. I always forget. I've been doing the pick'ems every week, and I've always forget to pick Thursday night game. I don't know. We'll have to talk about that later.
Yeah, we just need to cancel. If you don't pick Thursday night, we need to cancel out because everybody gets Thursday night, right? It seems like.
Yeah.
Because they may have some sorry games. Another thing is, if y'all don't know, me and Chris, the way our fantasy, our big money league works, every time you add and drop a player, it's $3 charge when you get a player off the waiver wire. So that's why I said we got to hold off on picking players up because it runs your bill up. The more players you pick up, the more expensive your bill is at the end of the season. So we've gotten lucky and won the past 2 years, but this year is not looking too hot.
Yeah, gotcha. Well, we don't have the records right now. We'll go through the records. Josh is dealing with some stuff, so he'll be back hopefully maybe next week or whatnot. We don't have the records, but Clay thinks he's had a terrible week. He says he only won like 2 games, correct?
Yeah, I think I got the Jags. I think I got the Jags, and I think I got the Patriots out of the 2 that I actually won. I don't even – because I took the big spreads, and all of them covered. Detroit came out and beat Green Bay.
Well, Josh said you had a 12 week on the forum.
Oh, it was awful. Pitiful.
Yeah. I know. I think I was 500 after the 1 o'clock games. I don't know. I can't fully remember. I don't think I had a great week either. I'm hoping I went about 500, but not looking too hot. I'm on the down arrow as of now on the records. But let's recap some games, recap some fantasy performances here. We had, which probably might be your player of the week. I'm not sure, but Joe Mixon going off for almost 60 fantasy points. They teared up the Carolina Panthers 42-21. They didn't look too good against the Browns on Monday Night Football, but they come back and dominate the Panthers. Any thoughts on the Mixon performance? I mean, me personally, I'll say I don't think I've never liked Joe Mixon. I've never thought he was that good. I think he was just in the right spot at the right time. I mean, any thoughts as far as the performance there?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. That came out of nowhere, and I think he had 4 touchdowns by half. So, I mean, that'll boost fantasy points up there too. But I don't know. Joe Mixon, he's a good, solid back if you ask me, but it's just not somebody I take in fantasy every year. I always pass up on him for some reason, unless I'm at the end and there is absolutely 0 running backs. I just don't see the upside of Joe Mixon. You may have a week like this, but there's no consistency, which there hasn't really been any consistency with any running backs other than like Derrick Henry and Nick Chubb, and I guess you could throw Saquon in there. Yeah. But other than that, the consistency is just not there in the running back position this year.
Yeah, I know Aaron Jones hadn't done much. I've gotten him in a lot of stuff. He hadn't done much. Also had the Packers. They can't buy a win right now. They fall to Detroit 15-9. I know Detroit's get bad. They haven't won a game, and I think they won like 2 games besides this game. And then they come out. The defense looks strong. Packers losing, I believe, 4 or 5 straight, something like that. Packers not looking too hot. Any thoughts on the Packers or Detroit. I know.
I mean, Detroit.
They're not making the playoffs, like you said.
No, maybe not. But they definitely have an explosive offense, and I don't know. I just think,
it hasn't been as explosive as it's been in the past weeks. I don't know what's going on with St. Brown.
Yeah, but once you get Swift back out there and you get St. Brown healthy, I mean, they did lose your boy Hawkinson as tight end.
Who I think is going to be a good weapon.
I think he's going to be really good with the Vikings.
Minnesota, yes.
I think he will too. But the one thing I will say is, like, Green Bay lost another receiver this week. Romeo Doubs is out. I don't know the timeline.
They lost some other players. Hey, and Rodgers was on Pat McAfee's show. They did lose some other players too. Lost players on defense, and they possibly Aaron Jones for the week.
Yeah, so if they lose all that, man, they just have no shot. And did you watch the end of that game? I don't know if you watched it, but Sammy Watkins is an older receiver. I don't think he's really lived up to the hype as he did when he was coming out of college, but he goes out for a pass, and I guess there's miscommunication, but it's almost just like Aaron Rodgers just like, part of me, if I wouldn't think Watkins had some miscommunication there with his route, it was like Aaron Rodgers just threw that ball away and just said, "Screw it, I'm losing." You know?
Yeah, that's what they said. I've heard speculation Aaron Rodgers might be throwing games. I don't know. I don't believe it, but I did hear some speculation that I don't know what would be the purpose of it. I don't know what would be the purpose of him throwing games, but
I mean, he looks frustrated, but look at him and look at Brady. Brady takes his frustration out. Rodgers, you just see him roll his eyes. I mean, that's just if you ask me. I mean, that's me watching. I don't really know. I don't sit there and examine what's going on, but pardon me.
Yeah, I think Rodgers is dick. I mean, he don't even have a relationship with his own family, so I mean, he's not a very likable guy. So the way it seems, but every week, my dad, he's a big 49ers fan, wants Aaron Rodgers to join the team. So you hear it every week. He wants him to get Aaron Rodgers, which I think Aaron Rodgers still pretty good. Had some drop balls, but yeah. Anyway, we had the Raiders. Probably the biggest disappointment of the season. I'm off the Raiders trains, ladies and gentlemen. I definitely thought they'd beat the Jags. Thought Jags had no shot. Thought the Raiders might. I stacked this game on DraftKings. This is the game I went up. I had Devontae Adams. Did well. Ended up. I didn't have Joe Mixon, so. But I think I ended up cashing because the game was 27-20. Jacksonville beating the Raiders. I know Travis Etienne's looking pretty good. Kind of disappointed I didn't pick him in any fantasy leagues now that he's, everybody's gone. But any thoughts on the Raiders and Jacksonville?
I mean, Jacksonville's improving, like I say, every week. Etienne is looking good. I mean, you always knew he was going to be a pass-catching back out of the backfield, but he's looking good, with his rush attempts and carrying the ball as well. So, I don't know. I like Jacksonville. I think they got a lot of receivers there. And next year when they get Ridley, and I don't know. We'll see what happens.
They'll be good in the future. I still don't know if they're going to get that 6-win mark.
I like Trevor Lawrence, man. I think he looks comfortable this year. He looks real comfortable this year. I will say that.
Well, they got 3 wins. They might get to that 6-win mark, maybe.
But the Raiders, they're just like. It's like if Devontae Adams don't score 2 touchdowns, they have no shot at winning a game. It seems like. Josh Jacobs, he's fallen off. I don't know what's going on over there in Las Vegas, but I know that a lot of Las Vegas fans I see.
I will say, I think Josh McDaniels will be fired by the end of the year.
A lot of Las Vegas fans are talking really disappointing on Derek Carr.
Oh yeah, I mean, yeah, I would be too. They got something's got to go after this season. I mean, they got a lot of talent on the team. Something's got to go. I mean, I don't think the team changed that much, and they were in the playoffs last year, and they damn sure ain't gonna make it this year. So, also had the Jets upset the Bills, 27-17. Josh Allen might be hurt. I'm not sure. They got Case Keenum at backup. I know Case Keenum was doing them prank videos trying to get people to buy his jerseys in stores and stuff. He might get his jersey bought now if he gets to start this week. But yeah, I mean, Jets are up and down. Jets, they lose game and they lose game they should have won, and then they come back and beat a team they shouldn't beat. Zach Wilson doesn't have to do much. I don't know how they're winning with him. He don't look that good. But any thoughts on the Jets and Bills?
I mean, stats wise, I mean, how much boy Garrett Wilson over here with eight receptions on 9 targets for almost 100 yards and touchdown. I mean, he did good for us this week in fantasy. And
I'm glad I picked him up.
Michael Carter's doing well, and I don't know. I think the Jets are like Jacksonville. They're improving. I don't think they're going anywhere, but who knows? I mean, they have a better shot than Jacksonville, if you ask me. But I don't see them slipping past Miami or Buffalo. But
might be 3 people
Miami's.
In the playoffs, sir.
I don't know, bro. Miami's that team. When we get to talking about them, I mean, I know they had a tight game against the Bears, but their offense is just crazy good.
Tua's good. I like Tua. I think Tua's having a good year. He might win. Tua's in the shot for MVP, even though he missed those couple games. It looks like the Jets, looks like Robinson and Carter split carries 13-12, even though Robinson was just getting in the system. Robinson might beat him out here shortly, the way it looks, but I'm not too sure there. We'll have to see what happens. Also had Josh Allen's getting hurt. I mentioned that. I'm not any word on him playing. I mean, I know it says he didn't practice today.
I think there's going to be a game time decision with that.
I don't know why I wouldn't play him, to be honest.
No, I mean, you don't want to risk that. But, I mean, with Josh Allen not playing, that definitely affects that offense. 100%.
Oh, it does. But, I mean, Case Keenum's not a bad backup.
But Josh Allen saves a lot of downs.
Oh, I know. Oh, of course. I know.
That anyway, he runs hard, dude. It's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, he's a freight train. At Seattle, continue to win. I think Pete Carroll should get Coach of the Year now. I don't know what's going on. I mean, Seattle, probably the most surprising team this year in the NFL, in my opinion. I think, like I said, I think Carroll should win Coach of the Year. I thought he was going to get fired after this year, but they're winning games. They're doing well. I didn't have the score written down there, but yeah, I mean they're playing really well. I mean, any thoughts on the Seahawks winning 31-21 over Arizona? I know Arizona. I don't really know who Seattle is. How many tough games does Seattle have had, really?
They hadn't had a whole lot of easy ones. I mean, I wouldn't say easy. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Seattle was supposed to be I thought they were going to get the number 1 draft pick. That's how bad I thought this team was going to be, and they've definitely. I don't know, man. That whole if you go back and listen to our tape of the whole preseason deal, like some of the stuff, okay, we hit on, but some of the stuff, man, were we wrong?
I don't know, man. Like you look at their schedule, though. Really, I'm looking at the schedule now. They had the Broncos, they won by 1. They had the 49ers, they lost. They had the Falcons, they lost. They had the Lions, they won by 3 in that shootout. They had the Saints. Obviously, they beat the Saints beat them. Excuse me, I forgot. Yeah, we beat them. They had the Cardinals. They beat the Cardinals. They had the Chargers. They had the Giants, and they had the Cardinals. They really hadn't played nobody, to be fair. I mean, I wouldn't say any of those are elite teams, personally. I think all those are mediocre to.
But how many elite teams are in the NFL? Let's be honest.
Yeah.
I mean, Tampa Bay, no.
Yeah, you look at the rest of their schedule. You look at the rest of the schedule. I mean, they got the Chiefs and they got the Bucks and the Rams. I mean, I would, they were going to be tough games, but and the 49ers again, which I don't know. I mean, we'll have to see with Seattle. I'm still not fully there, but I mean, they're better than some of these mediocre teams, I guess. I don't know. We'll have to see. They do have a somewhat easy schedule, in my opinion. But like you said, there's not a whole lot of games like that. But Kenneth Walker looks good. Kenneth Walker does look good. I mean, he's looking like the lead back. I don't know. I wish I had him more in fantasy too. So
yeah. If he wouldn't have got hurt at the beginning of the season, I would have took him more. And I got him in some fantasy leagues, but I would have took him.
Yeah, you talked about him. You talked about him so much.
Remember when I talked about him, he was healthy, and then he got hurt.
Yeah.
So if he wouldn't have got hurt, I would have took him in a lot more leagues, but I only took him in a handful. And yeah.
All right, we had Tampa winning last minute against the Rams, 16-13, pulling something out of their ass. I still don't think Tampa's that good, but I don't think the Rams are that good either. Any thoughts on Tampa?
That was another game I lost. I took the Rams, and Tampa covered by the half point spread. So, I mean, I don't know. Tom Brady, he drove down the field and scored the last touchdown to win.
I'll be honest. I saw a little bit of replay, but I did miss it. After I thought the Rams were going to win, and then I turned it off, and all of a sudden the Bucs ended up pulling it out. I really don't. I mean, Brady threw the ball 58 times. I know Fournette's not doing as much. Fournette didn't do much, but threw the ball 58 times. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I think the Buccaneers probably still end up winning the division somehow, but I still don't believe that they're any good. But we'll see when we get to my picks. Let's go. We're going with the player of the week. Do you have a player of the week? Go ahead.
No, you're good. I thought no, you're good. Player of the week for me.
Yeah.
I don't know if you I mean, you could take the easy route, and go Joe Mixon.
I did not.
But no, I didn't either. Damn. Anyways, my player of the week is Justin Fields.
I mean, we got the same one.
The guy's improving, man, and
you talk so bad about him. You talk so bad about him.
But I can't.
If you look hey, let me tell you something. If you
anymore.
look at that draft, I don't think you'd rather have Justin Fields over any of those. I mean, I think Justin Fields you'd probably take Justin Fields over Lawrence. You'd probably take Justin Fields over Lance. You'd probably take Justin Fields over all of them.
If I'm doing long term, I think Trevor Lawrence. If he wasn't in the situation he's is, I would take Trevor Lawrence over all of them.
I don't know. Fields can run. Fields they got nothing on Chicago. He is full. I mean, he's full. Look at that roster, man. That roster's bad. That roster is bad, and Fields is making it work. He can run. He can. I know he's not throwing that much. He's not.
I mean, he rushed for almost 200 yards by himself.
I think that was a record. He
178.
117, 8, 15 attempts and a touchdown. 17 for 28 passing, 123 passing yards, and 3 touchdowns. That's who I had as my player of the week too. So we'll double book it. But yeah, I think that was a record. I want to say that was somebody said that was the most yards in an NFL game as far as rushing. Could be
I don't
wrong.
know, man.
I know it's not college. I know Plumlee, that Plumlee guy, he rushed for a lot last year, but no, it is. It might be somewhere around that for NFL. I mean, that's crazy, but Justin Fields, I mean, having a day playing for the Bears. They ended up losing that game too, I believe. I noticed you've picked a lot of damn losers that for your player of the week teams players that have lost. I feel like
I know, but I try to do guys that I normally wouldn't pick, and especially fantasy wise, like
that is the first time I never
take Justin Fields.
Yeah, I never pick a loser, but that's the first time I'll take a loser. He had a hell of a game, and yeah. All right, so what we're going to do now, we're going to get into the upcoming games. We're going to do the spread picks and whatnot, and then we're actually going to make a DraftKings lineup. So we will make a DraftKings lineup for the upcoming week. I guess we'll do that after we talk about the games and stuff. So we'll go ahead and get into the games for, week 10? Week 10. Like I said, Josh will be back next week. He did send me his picks, so I do have Josh's picks here. And for some reason, I don't know if you watch this on YouTube, most people watch it. If you do watch it, more people listen to it on Spotify. I know we don't have many, but more people listen on Spotify than they do watch on YouTube. But for some reason, the YouTube has not been uploading sometimes when I have it. So I know it hasn't uploaded correctly the last couple of weeks. But we'll see if we can get that straight this week. Let's get into the upcoming games. We got Thursday Night Football tomorrow. We got the Falcons at the Panthers. Atlanta favored by 3.5. Your pick. Who you got?
What another great Thursday night football game,
I mean,
Atlanta versus Carolina. I'm just gonna go with Atlanta. I mean, I don't know. Other than I'm just gonna go with Atlanta because it's just a toss up in the air, and the Panthers suck, but the Panthers come and play defense some weeks, so they could easily win this game too. So who knows?
3.5. They're playing in Carolina. I don't think I could pick. The problem, the one problem is, I mean, Carolina did win on that. They did lose on that big disappointment. What are you laughing at? Are you okay? Or are you talking to somebody else?
Nah, dude, you just missed that big sneeze I just did, and it's definitely on the stream.
I didn't hear it. It didn't go
I
through.
know. I had my mic muted. Thank God.
Oh, I thought you should or something. Anyway, no. Tough game for me here because one thing I would say, thinking about it, DJ Moore they did lose that game on a very heartbreaking loss last time. I mean, DJ Moore, I'm sure he's going to want to come out and play. Carolina's going to want to come out and win this game. I don't know who's starting. I guess Baker Mayfield's slated to start. It says for the Panthers. But I don't know if I could pick. I don't know if I can pick Carolina, man. Falcons look okay. Yeah, give me Atlanta. Give me Atlanta. It might be a 3-point game, but I'm going to take Atlanta here. I don't know if there's any fantasy picks. We're right here. I know this is a Thursday night football game. It's not going to be on the main slate for DraftKings, but, Cordarrelle Patterson, he's the most expensive on Showdown as far as if you play Showdown. I mean, and I know they couldn't stop the run last week. Cordarrelle, are you all right over there? I'm looking away. I look down. Jesus Christ.
Sorry, man. I'm dying over here.
Sorry, if you are on audio, this dude's dying. Anyway, Cordarrelle Patterson did look good last week in Carolina. Didn't seem to stop the run the week before. So, yeah, I mean, I like him as a fantasy pick. DJ Moore, like I said, coming off a disappointment, could do something. The only problem is you don't know with Baker Mayfield what's going to happen. I mean, I know DJ Moore didn't do that well early in the season. So, with Baker Mayfield starting now, I mean, who knows what's going to happen. Any thoughts on any fantasy guys in this game, Clay, as far as I know, like I said, Cordarrelle Patterson, maybe the running back, any others?
I will say Chris plays a lot of prize picks, so that's why Chris looks at the fantasy wise and all that good stuff. Me, I do a lot of prize picks, which player props. And so with me, if there's one player prop I'm riding with in this game, will be Cordarrelle Patterson, because you can get him for over 63 yards. That's passing, that's receiving yards, and rushing yards combined.
Hey, I kind of like that.
That's a pretty good play for the over. It'll definitely, if you don't take him now, it'll probably be higher than that come Saturday, Sunday. But
if you look at
or come Thursday, but if I'm picking a night, that's one that I'm going with.
And he came into the last game a little bit bad. I mean, coming off injury too. I know he only got 13 attempts. He got 2 touchdowns, but maybe he'll get a more increased volume this week. I know he only got 44 yards, but I could see him getting a more increased volume this week. And yeah, I mean, that's probably about right. I don't know if it'll go up too much because
he hasn't covered that a lot. I mean, he did earlier in the season a little bit, but I mean, what does Atlanta have? So if you're playing any prize picks tomorrow, that's a little safe. I feel like one of the better plays. I mean, it's gambling. You never know what's going to happen, but and it's NFL, and you never know what's going to happen in NFL. It's all, So
yeah, and Kyle Pitts had a decent game last time against Carolina. So maybe he'll do something. I don't know. I know Atlanta Foreman. He rushed for 20. I'm looking 26 attempts. 118 yards, 3 touchdowns. I don't know if Chuba Hubbard was back, though. So we'll have to see. I'm not, big on that. I'm going to play the showdown, obviously. But if I'm going off, I just don't know what to do with Carolina with Baker Mayfield starting there. So I'd probably, like I said, Cordarrelle Patterson would be the main thing there. All right, let's get into the next game. Over. Did Josh pick a game? Let me look here. Sorry. Josh did not give me a Thursday night football game, I don't think. So we'll get into his picks after this Thursday night football. Say again, Clay?
No, you're good. I don't think he picked the Germany game either.
Okay. Well, I'll get his picks later. He don't have 2 picks, so I'll see if I can get him in a little bit. Unless you want to text him real quick and see if
no, it's all good. He's got a lot going on right now. We'll get him.
All right. So the first ever game in Germany, Saturday, 9:30 a.m. Seahawks at the Bucks. Bucks favored by 2.5. As much as I hate them and I don't want them to win, I'm taking Tampa Bay. I want to see Seattle do it again. I don't know. Tampa Bay playing in Germany. I don't know. I think Buccaneers, they're wanting to win right now. Seattle Buccaneers defense is not that bad, so I don't know. I'm just riding with. I think Tampa Bay, needs as many wins as possible. I think maybe somehow they'll improve, even though Brady hasn't looked too good. Receivers are dropping balls and stuff. Maybe they'll get some type of connection. And Seattle's got to something's got to fall apart eventually. They ain't gonna keep winning every game. So I'm gonna take Tampa Bay. Who you got?
Who'd you take last game? You took Atlanta.
I took Atlanta. What's that matter? Go ahead and take.
Because you know what, my record sucks. Number one, and who really believes in Geno Smith? Let's be honest. Do we really believe in him? I don't know if I do. I like talking highly about the guy every week because he's impressing me.
So you're taking Seattle, even though
I'm gonna take Seattle because I think the Buccaneers are just lazy, man, and I don't know if they show up for this game. Other than that, I think Buccaneers are the better team, but give me Seattle.
Looks like Mike Evans is questionable right now. He was limited in practice, so
I will say this for the Buccaneers. We talked about that game. And that tight end that they have, Otten,
Yeah.
He's really doing some things for Tom Brady. So
That was his first touchdown last week, but
yeah, but he also had he had a big key reception to get him down the field to able to score that touchdown.
and Godwin's always he probably leads in targets. So if you're playing fantasy, I mean that's probably he's gonna get you. He's Mr. 10 points now. I mean Godwin's gonna get you the targets. He's probably not gonna get in the end zone, but he'll probably get you the targets, probably 50 yards or something. One of those Seattle receivers will probably get some yards and a touchdown. It's just who to pick, And the last few weeks, honestly, both of them's been getting there with Geno. So both of them's been getting double digits. I mean, any other thoughts on fantasy? I mean, I don't really know too much about I don't too much about this game. I know Brady, like I said, Brady throwing the ball 58 times, but
I mean,
if I'm
taking a safe play, and really I don't know if I'm playing this. If I'm doing a DraftKings lineup, I don't really think I'm playing this running back like that. But safe play is Kenneth Walker out of this game. I think he still gets his touches. I think he still gets his yardage against Tampa Bay. If he scores a touchdown, there's your fantasy points there. So I don't know, but if I'm doing a safe play, it is Kenneth Walker out of this game.
I tell you what, who in the hell are we going to start at quarterback? We got Derek Carr and Tom Brady.
Yeah, I don't know, man. We picked the right pick last week. We still lost. We got Derek Carr.
Was Justin Fields a free agent?
I don't know. We can go take a look.
He probably ain't.
I'll look right now. Do you want me to pick him up if he is?
I don't know. We might need something. Look right now. I'm going to go to the next game. All right, we got the Sunday games, 1 p.m. games. We got the Vikings at the Bills. The Bills are favored by 6.5. Kind of low line. They don't know if Josh Allen's playing. Yeah, it's your pick. Who you got?
Give me Minnesota in this game. Like I said, I gotta come back on some games. I'm not. If Josh Allen doesn't play,
because how you know I'm not taking Minnesota?
I don't know. I'm just saying if Josh Allen don't play, look Kirk Cousins, man. You see all the hype videos that was going around with him coming back?
Yeah, revenge game, baby.
I know. So give me the Vikings.
Yeah, I mean, I like the way the Vikings playing. I like the piece they added on offense. I think 6.5 is just too many points. I think it's gonna be a close game, so I'm taking the Vikings as well. I know you want to get back some games there, but I already have Minnesota written down. I mean, like I said, I like the piece they added. This could be a lot of points too. I know they're playing in Buffalo, but I mean, they got, especially if Josh Allen plays, you got two high-powered offenses here. I mean, is there any fantasy plays we like from this game? I'm looking. I mean, I know you could really play. I mean, Justin Jefferson, I think he's a play every week. Obviously, if you're playing season long, you play him every week. Hawkinson, I know he looked pretty good last week as far as I know he caught the ball early. I don't know if he did anything else. He caught 9 targets last week for Hawkinson. 9 receptions.
Crazy.
9 receptions for Hawkinson. Kirk Cousins, he likes to hit his tight end every now and then. And I think that frees up Jefferson. So I think these guys on Buffalo's got a decent defense, but I think these guys on Minnesota, I mean, they're getting freed up, some of those receivers. I mean, Kirk Cousins could be a play. I mean, there's going to be points in this game. Singletary didn't take too much of a backseat with Hines, I don't believe. And Diggs is obviously going to get around 10 targets. I mean, anything else as far as fantasy?
Well, I mean, Singletary, he's the number one. Hines come in as the number 2 back, if you ask me. He'd take that James Cook role, but James Cook still played. And
it seemed like James Cook did play a lot.
Yeah, he played a lot and he did well. So, I mean, I don't know. That's a guy that you can play because if they're throwing the ball a lot, if they're down or whatever. But I don't know if I'm doing a safe bet, it's Justin Jefferson out of this game or Hawkinson. Yeah. I'm playing one of the Minnesota. I mean, even Dalvin Cook's been playing good lately. So.
Me personally, I think James Cook could still get cut out of this completely just because Nyheim Hines might have not known the playbook very well, and they might not have played him that much, kind of like McCaffrey did the first week. So, I mean, I thought Hines could take the Cook role here eventually, and could surprise. And James Cook probably could do nothing. So I'd probably stay away from James Cook, me personally, if I'm playing my draft game. I don't think nobody's playing James Cook anyway, but that's me personally. All right, so we both took Minnesota there. Josh also took the Vikings. So looks like we're all taking Minnesota. Let's go to the next game. We got the Broncos at the Titans. Titans minus 3.5. This is one I wrote some games down I had, but I did not have this game written down. 3.5 Broncos Titans. Titans did look good on Sunday Night Football. Broncos, I mean, they need – what was the last game the Broncos played? Broncos played on some They had a bye last week, correct? Am I not mistaken?
Yeah, I think so. They had a bye
They had a
week
bye.
last
I'm
week.
trying to think what was the game before that. I can't even remember.
The game before that they won, I believe, and it was like, what was it, like a Monday Night Football or Sunday Night Football or something? I don't know.
I don't know. I'm still not a believer. And Derrick Henry's been tearing it up. I'm taking I'm taking Tennessee. It's you.
Yeah, I would definitely roll with Tennessee here, but I'm just telling you, bro. I got to come back. I'm so
Denver. I mean,
pissed.
Denver's not a
If
bad pick.
I'm taking Denver in this pick just because it's close. Number one, Denver's defense is the only thing that keeps them in ball games these days. If Russell Wilson come out and throw the ball a little bit like he used to, I don't know what it is, but he's just not the same. But if he come out and throw the ball a little bit,
Denver's been running the ball all right.
and yeah, but I mean he's got good receivers. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So throw the ball a little bit, Russ. Cook a little bit. Quit trying to let's ride it in every game so you can say that little quote you got going on, and let's damn throw the ball and score some points because your defense keeps you in ball games. It's the only reason why you haven't got blown out. And so yeah, give me Denver.
I mean, he has had attempts. He's just some of the games he's had. I mean, he obviously hadn't had 50 attempts. He had around 30 attempts a couple games, but he just ain't putting up the touchdowns. I mean, he ain't putting up touchdowns. I mean, he's a guy and he don't run as much. I feel like he run a little bit more than he used to. He used to run a little bit more. One thing is Tannehill might come back for this game. I'm not sure. Malik Willis, he hasn't really thrown the ball too much. I mean, is there anybody on fantasy? I don't really care for this game fantasy wise. If I was playing anybody,
No, because you're not playing any receiving. The only person you play is Derrick Henry and hope that Denver can't stop the run. I think that's the only person you play in this game, Derrick Henry, and hope that because they can't
or
pass.
Or my boy Dokic. I like that dude.
He's good. The tight end, but damn, Denver's all over the pass. If you ask me, I watched them play, and you just can't throw on those guys.
Yeah, they got a good pass defense. Anyway, let's get to the next game. Let's go Jags at the Chiefs. Chiefs favored by 9.5. Who you got?
Jags give me the Jaguars, man. Give them to me. Oh, yeah, give me the Jaguars, I guess.
Why you do that?
Because, I mean, 9.5 is a lot, but it is Kansas City. And Pat Mahomes, I was looking at this is another prize picks play that I was thinking about playing. Granted, the yardage is really high. It's 290 for Pat Mahomes passing. But if he's covered that the past 4 out of 5 games that he's played. Now, if they go out here and blow him out, he probably won't pass as much. But he just gets that one deep ball for like 60 yards a game. So, I mean, it cuts that down by a lot. So, I mean, he's covered 290 in the 4 out of 5 the past 4 out of 5 games. So, I would take the over if I was playing him on prize picks.
Yeah, I'm taking Kansas City. I don't know. I'm just not a full believer in Jacksonville. I believe Kansas City can put up some points here. I know they've struggled a little bit against Tennessee and stuff, but I don't know. I'm just not a believer in Jacksonville as far as defense and whatnot. As far as fantasy, I mean, Kadarius Toney, he didn't do too much. I mean, he's obviously learning the system.
But I will say that's one thing. He's one of those guys, like you say. I mean, he did have the bye week.
Mecole Hardman is not practicing right now, so.
Mecole Hardman's he looked really good in this game. This past game that they played.
He looked pretty good the past couple weeks.
Yeah, but I think Kadarius Toney, once he gets settled in that offense, he's going to be a weapon for those guys. And I mean, their whole receiving corps look pretty good. Juju's holding his own, and he's doing well. Kelsey's doing what he does. So I don't know, man. They just need a running back. That's it.
This could be a high-scoring game. I know if I was playing, I don't know what ETN's price is on DraftKings 7-1. That's still not that bad. ETN's probably a good player. I expect some points in this game. I'm not sure of the whole Kansas City running back situation. I don't know what they do there. I don't know why they just don't play Clyde. I don't understand their whole situation.
They got Pacheco listed as number 1, but he don't. He can't cover yardage to save his life.
I know he what did Kareem Hunt do? Didn't he domestic violence or whatever?
Yeah, I mean they should have went back and got him.
I'd get him again. I mean, I know he got some issues there, but I'd trade for him. I mean, shit. I mean, hell. I mean, I'd figure it out. I'd figure out the issue. If they still had Kareem Hunt, if that team still had Kareem Hunt, woo, that'd be a hard offense. I personally, I like McKinnon the most, but as far as receiving, and he's been getting the receiving yard. I mean, he still got 6 catches last week. It seems like when they're playing in the close games or they're down in games, they run a lot of him. Kelsey obviously play. Don't know about any of the receivers on Jacksonville. I expect some points in that game though. So, I mean, if you wanted to play Kirk, if you want to play ETN, I think those are good plays. So, Zay Jones maybe. Let's get into the next game. We got the Browns at the Dolphins. Dolphins favored by 3.5. I know you're going to take the Dolphins because you like them, but I'm taking the Cleveland Browns. So go ahead.
Give me Miami in this game. I think Miami's just the electric team, and
reason I'm taking.
I'm not sleeping on the Browns either. I think the Browns can definitely win this game outright. Because the Browns have surprised me, and when they get Deshaun Watson, I don't even know. I don't know. Deshaun Watson may not be. Jacoby Brissett surprising me. You watch him play, man. He's running the ball. He's throwing the ball good. But yeah, give me the Dolphins.
I think. I don't know. I just didn't like the line. I thought Dolphins should be favored by more in this game. And I don't know. I just think it's one of those lines that's telling me to pick the Browns, and that's why I'm taking the Browns. I mean,
where's this game at?
They're playing at the Dolphins. That's what I'm saying. So I thought,
give me Miami.
Yeah, I mean, no, I think Miami's smart pick. Miami should cover, but I don't know. Just something about the line throws me off.
Josh took the Dolphins as well.
Oh yeah, I forgot to read Josh's pick. I apologize. He had the Titans, he had the Chiefs, and he had the Dolphins. So that was his picks so far. I got to remember to read his. Let's get into the next game. We got the Lions at the Bears. Bears favored by 2.5. Another game I didn't write down. Clay, who you going with?
This is a pretty close game. I think pretty tough game to pick from. It's like what Lions offense is going to show up. I think Justin Fields is going to score some points. I think they're going to he's going to be able to rush the ball all over these guys. But give me Detroit Lions.
You're taking Detroit. Josh took the Bears. Man, I don't know what to do here, man. Detroit's defense, I mean, I know it was against the Packers, but they did look better last week. Playing in Chicago. I don't know. Give me the Bears. Bears win by 3. I think it's gonna be a close game. I don't know. I like the way the Bears get a new weapon. They got Claypool. Booney's looking better the last 2 weeks. I mean, there might be some actual pieces you might can play in this game as far as fantasy. I mean, for once, even though they're playing in Chicago, I don't know what the weather's look like. Amon St. Brown's cheap, even though he hasn't done nothing. Yeah, but I mean, could be a lot of running though. I know both these teams can't stop the run. I mean, any thoughts on fantasy wise? No.
I mean, like you said, I like St. Brown as a play in this game.
I don't know what's up with my gun. I don't know why they don't start Khalil Herbert.
Yeah, Khalil Herbert, he does work when it comes. He plays on that third down roll, and then they leave him in for some drives, and he's a good second string running back for their team.
Gotcha. I kind of like this game for fantasy. I mean, there's some places. I think Mon St. Brown could have a good game here. I don't know. I'm just thinking of Mon St. Brown. He's cheap on DraftKings. That might be a play we look back at DraftKings in a second. Let's keep it going, though. Like I said, Josh took Chicago. We got the Saints at the Steelers. Saints favored by 2.5. I hate the Steelers. Give me New Orleans. I think this is a good pick. I don't know. I just don't like the Steelers. And I didn't think that. Honestly, I didn't know the Saints would be. I thought this game could be closer line. I thought Steelers could even be favored here, but I'm taking New Orleans.
Yeah, give me New Orleans as well. This is going to be a boring game.
It's a sweep. Josh is taking New Orleans as well. Yeah, and fantasy wise, I don't know. I don't know if I'd pick anybody from this game personally.
Yeah, it's. I mean, the Saints have the
Saints.
Olave is a good receiver. I mean, he's looking really good. If he had any other help on the other side, Callaway can't catch the damn ball to save his life. You throw it right in his hands, and I mean, he bumps it for a pick.
Is Jameis Winston still hurt? What's going on?
I don't know. I see him on the sidelines in pads, but I mean, they bring
Dalton
out
hadn't looked that good.
old Dalton every time. I was hoping Taysom Hill would get some quarterback play because every time he
they
comes
need
in,
something,
he does
something,
good.
something. Just do something. Just do something. I mean, Dalton ain't winning games. Maybe Taysom Hill win games. I'm not a fan of Taysom Hill at quarterback. But, I mean, Dalton, he did win against the Raiders. Give me that. Dalton's a game manager, but I don't know. I'm just not a fan,
Now,
man.
I have a question for you about this New Orleans team. So, say they just suck the rest of the season. They lose out and they get like the third pick in the draft. Does that mean Philadelphia gets the number 3 pick because New Orleans traded their number 1 draft
I
pick?
know they get a top pick, yes. Right now they're projected as the 5th pick. Philadelphia is.
That is crazy.
Yeah, it is. I don't know. I can't remember.
So how did they give up Gardner Johnson and lose a pick to get Chip?
I think it was something. I don't know. I can't remember. I'm bad with memory. I'd have to look at the trade again, but I don't know. I mean, one quarterback I'm liking in the draft, and I wish they'd get. And me and Jim was talking about it. Derek May from North Carolina. I think that'd be it's going to be a good quarterback. Jim says he reminds him a lot of Josh Allen. Jim said he watched Josh Allen at I think it was Wyoming where he played, and we were just talking about it. And I like Derek May too. That's one guy I'd like to have as a quarterback. I don't know if he'll go. He might go late first round, second round. I'm not sure. So I'm hoping the Saints could somehow get somebody like that, but who knows? So we're all three taking the Saints here. Let's get into the next game. Texans at the Giants. Giants favored by 6.5. I'm going to take Houston here. I don't know. Giants 6.5. I know Saquon should be able to have a big game here, but I don't know. 6.5 for the Giants. Giants don't really beat down a lot of teams. So 6.5, I think, is a lot for me.
Yeah, give me Houston as well. That's a lot of points. And I watched that Houston game. What was that? A Thursday night game this week? And their running back looks good.
Dameon
Pierce.
Yep.
And then Davis Mills don't look bad. I mean, he don't look bad. I mean, that's all I can say. He doesn't look that terrible. So
I shouldn't even pick Texas.
Houston.
I shouldn't even pick fucking Texas, man. I was up $50,000 at halftime. I was at the end of the third quarter. I was up $12,000 in that game. I ended up winning $100 on DraftKings. I was so mad. That boy that I don't know what some third round pick tight end. He was 0.5% on FanDuel. I picked him, scored a touchdown. Then I had I had all the touchdowns anyway. I had all the touchdowns. I mean, everybody. And then Dallas Goedert comes out of nowhere and starts catching about 15 balls and gets in the end zone once or twice. I mean, Goddard ruined me a lot of money, man. I was very disappointed. But yeah, we're both taking the Texans here. Josh is taking the Giants. Let's go to the next game. Colts at the Raiders. Raiders favored by 6.5. I mean, come on now. Raiders shouldn't be favored by 6.5 against anybody. I don't like the Colts. I don't know. Sam Ehlinger looks like shit. Who are you going with?
I mean, did they bring Matt Ryan back in? I mean,
if they brought Matt Ryan back in, I'm picking the Colts.
They fired their coach or their head coach.
Matt Ryan's not questionable.
Give me the Colts just because that's a big line and I hate both teams, so I'm gonna go with the underdog. Give me the Colts.
God, I don't know what to do here, man. It's a big line for you, and I don't like either team. I think I got to take the Colts here too. I mean, this will probably be the week the Raiders come out and dominate, but I don't think 6.5. I don't think you should take the Raiders 6.5 over anybody right now. I mean, it's just me. Not a big fan. I mean, you could probably play Pittman in fantasy. You probably play Adams here in fantasy. Yeah, I don't know. Let's get to the next game, though. We need to keep it going, because we got to do the DraftKings picks. Cowboys at the Packers. Cowboys favored by 5.5. Taking the Cowboys.
Yeah, I'm taking the Cowboys too. Packers too daggum and banged up. I just don't trust Aaron Rodgers. Give me the Cowboys.
Yeah, I mean 5.5 for the Cowboys. Josh did take the Raiders last pick too. So that's surprising. Josh took the Raiders and he took the Cowboys here. Yeah, so probably a game we all get wrong. Somehow the Packers come out and do well. I mean, if you've got Cowboys defense in fantasy, I think you're pretty happy. You're sitting pretty right here. I don't know who's playing for the Packers at receiver. I really don't. I know Tonyan, he's looked pretty good.
Yeah, Tonyan looks good, but you got to think like they lost Romeo Doubs. Lazard still has that shoulder issue, which he's playing through. He's playing good, but that's it, Lazard. So Sammy Watkins, He's not good.
What about Odell? Odell, he might go to one of these teams. I'm hearing Dallas. I kept hearing Dallas, but
he definitely is not going to Green Bay. He'll either go to the Rams or Dallas.
I don't know why not. My
he may go to San Francisco.
Yeah, that's true too. But next game we got the Cardinals at the Rams. Rams favored by 3.5. Who you going with, Clay?
I'm gonna take the Cards here. Matt Stafford's concussion protocol. They don't have a solid running back yet, and Sean McVay likes to run the ball. So I don't know. I'm not impressed with the Rams. So give me the Cardinals.
Yeah, I didn't have a game written down here. I don't know what to do. I mean, I think the Cardinals suck. Personally, I mean, I'm not a fan of the Cardinals. Kyler Murray is also questionable here due to a hamstring injury. He was non-participant at practice Wednesday, the way it looks. Matthew Stafford not practicing. I do. Who's the back? I wish they'd put Perkins as the backup. I don't mind the Perkins guy for the Rams. I don't know what to do here, man. Rams are at home. Give me the Rams. It could be a 3-point and a 1-point game, but I don't know. Rams need to win, man. It's not a game I'd go for fantasy-wise, though. It's always these divisional games I'd stay away from. Let's go next game. Chargers at the Niners. Niners favored by 7.5. A lot of freaking points. Sunday night football. It's a lot of points. I'm taking the Chargers.
Oh, I wish you wouldn't have done that because I was thinking about taking the Chargers there.
I mean, it's a lot of points, man. I mean, I'm rooting for the Niners all day. I hope Niners smash them, but
give me San Francisco in this game. I think their offense is really good. The only thing I worry about is their secondary and getting thrown on by Justin Fields. But granted, then again,
Justin Herbert.
I mean, then again, who do they have as receiver? Old Palmer and DeAndre
Josh
Carter.
Palmer. Yeah, I don't know if anybody projected to come back here as far as.
I know Williams is out for a while, and I mean, Keenan Allen hadn't seen the field all season.
I mean, Keenan Allen. What's up? I mean, I'd get rid of that dude. I mean, he never plays. Really, never plays at all.
So Gerald Everett's pretty much their other receiver, which he's had a pretty good season.
I like Everett. They used to have another tight end. I don't know if he's still Parham or whatever his name is. I liked him too, but
he injured himself last year bad, dude. It was nasty.
Hey, I tell you what though, this could be a big McCaffrey game.
Yeah, but another thing I like about the Niners, man, they're a team that I think could go far in the playoffs just because they get their defense healthy, and then they get Elijah Mitchell back. Debo Samuel's healthy.
I think it's Niners. I'd probably pick Niners out of NFC to go to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I like the Niners.
I like them. I like Minnesota, and I like Dallas. I think Philadelphia's going to fall apart and be in the playoffs. But anyway, last game, Monday Night Football. We got the Commanders at the Eagles. Philadelphia favored by 11.5.
Give me Washington. Screw it. I'll take the points. Give me Washington. I don't know why. That's just a lot of points. Man. Give me Washington.
It's a divisional game. They got Heineke. They hadn't looked. I mean, Heineke sucks, man. Heineke does suck. I don't know what to do here. I mean,
why don't they play your boy?
Who's that? Oh, Sam Howell. I don't know. He must be terrible too. I like Sam Howell. I don't know why they don't play Sam Howell. I like Sam Howell. I want to see him play. I want to see what he could do. I think he'd be better than the other two. I thought he looked good in the preseason. Yeah, I'm taking Philly. I know it's a lot of points, but I'm taking Philadelphia. Got to be different than you. Divisional game, like I said, I don't really like nothing fantasy-wise. Josh took Philly as well. Lock of the week. Do we got a lock of the week before we get into the?
You didn't play our locks last week, did you? We did all right in our locks, I think. No, I definitely didn't, but
I don't know. I need to start playing them in a parlay here. I got money on there, so I might play them this week. Josh didn't give me a lock. I'll pick Josh's lock for him. My lock is going to. My lock's going to be.
You're probably gonna take the same one I am. What are you gonna take?
Taking New Orleans.
Okay, I'm taking Dallas.
In Dallas minus 5.5. All right. Saints and Dallas, and then Josh. I don't know what I'll give Josh. I'll give it to him later. I might give him. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But let's get in. We're gonna look at a DraftKings lineup here. I'm gonna pull it up on the screen. Let's see if I can get you on here. I'm going to pull up a DraftKings lineup on the screen. I ain't going to be able to see you, Clay, so if anything goes away here. We got the price. Can you see the pricing of quarterback at all, or can you look at it on your phone or anything?
Yeah, it's like 8,600 Josh Allen. Is that right?
8,600 Josh Allen. So obviously we don't know anything about Josh Allen right now, so we're not going to play Josh Allen at all. Is there any games we like as far as scoring? I mean, is there any points we like as far as scoring? Maybe. Let's look here. I mean, I kind of like the
I like Lions Bears.
Lions Bears, or I like Jacksonville Kansas City.
Yeah, I like that too.
Kirk Cousins may be a good one here.
I like some
Buffalo.
I like Tony Pollard or Zeke. Or maybe not Zeke, but I like Tony Pollard against Dallas. Green Bay defense, but who knows?
Who do you think we should take at quarterback here? I mean, a lot of people questionable. I'm looking at it. Should we go cheap quarterback? I mean, Trevor Lawrence. You got Trevor Lawrence against Kansas City. I mean, he's going to have to throw there. All right, I'm between. I'll tell you what I'm between. You tell me who to go with here. I am between, and we might change this out between on who we pick. I'm between going with Kirk Cousins. We could go Tua, Patrick Mahomes, or Justin Fields. Who you like out of that for now?
Give me just. Well, damn, how much is he?
6'5", but he's gotten 20s every time.
I'd take Justin Fields. I just don't know who you pair with. I think he can do it on his feet, especially against Detroit.
We really ain't got to pair him with nobody, so we'll see here. All right, let's look at running back here. Any running backs we like off the top? I mean, Saquon Barkley, obviously he's a little expensive. You got Derrick Henry.
How much is Pierce, bro?
Pierce, you like Pierce against the Giants?
He's questionable. What the hell is he questionable for?
Let's see. He is questionable. Limited practice, chest and shoulder. That's a bad thing about doing this early, but we're just picking one for fun here. What's the word on Elliott took some reps Wednesday. He was limited in practice.
If Elliott wasn't playing, I'd say for sure play Pollard, but
yeah, if Elliott wasn't playing, I would say the same thing. I mean, Montgomery could be a good one, but you don't know what.
Khalil Herbert.
Yeah, 5'9".
You already got Fields.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. We like some of that game, maybe. How about ETN against Kansas City? I mean, he's 7-1.
Yeah, I like that play. I like that play.
All right, let's go to ETN. ETN, we're going to have to figure out how much money we have. We got 5-2 remaining. What other back should we go with? By Jamal Williams, or should we run it back with the running back here as far as Detroit?
I like Jamal Williams over Swift, if you ask me.
Or would you rather go someone else? I mean,
are you going cheap here?
We can go wherever. We ain't got to go cheap. We could go. I mean, I want to get 2 decent backs at least.
What about how much is Jonathan Taylor? Too expensive.
Yeah, you don't know about him playing either. It's a problem.
I mean, I like Nick Chubb against Miami if you want to fucking talk money.
Let's put in Nick Chubb for now. See what happens. I was going to say Barkley maybe too. But let's go. Let's put in Nick Chubb for now. We'll put in Nick Chubb. What do we like receiver-wise? We got any cheap receivers? We're going to have to go a little bit cheaper here. Chris Olave is 6'8". Wow.
Jesus Christ.
Hopkins, I don't know. Pittman. You got Pittman. I tell you one receiver I looked at. We need to should we pair anybody with Fields? I mean, we could pair Cole Kmet again. Cole Kmet had a big week. Should we go
Kmet, or you could even just Claypool's too expensive. Never mind.
Maybe technically we don't have to play him with nobody. They priced Kadarius Toney up to 5,000 here. I'm gonna go ahead and pick one. I'm picking St. Brown to run.
Yeah, I like that.
I like St. Brown, but we got to be going cheaper. Let's go ahead and get our defense in there. We need to get our defense in here. Probably need to go cheap at defense. Got Jacksonville, Minnesota, Cleveland, Packers. Play the Colts, D. It's not terrible. Colts is what I'm looking at. Denver, no, probably not. They're going to run the ball. Who's going to throw the ball?
Or Steelers against New Orleans.
Yeah, they hadn't looked too good.
Let's definitely go Colts.
Let's go Texans.
Yeah, but the Giants throw the ball.
Yeah, but let's go. We'll put in Colts for now. Let's put in Colts. What we got? 4-7. Let's see if we put in a tight end here. Let's go ahead and see how much is Kmet. We went Kmet. I kind of do like Kelsey too.
Kmet 3-4.
3-4. Let's put in commit. All right, we got 5-1 else to work with here at receiver. I'd like to get a piece on Kansas City, but is there a receiver? I mean, is there any receiver we could play at all?
You can put Kelsey in at the flex.
I mean, Kadarius Toney's 5,000. Wow. Receiver we can play. All right, we need a receiver somewhere around here. What if we put in
Kadarius Toney?
Yeah, let's try him. Screw it. Let's try Tony and see what happens.
Then you got Tony Pollard. Got AJ Dillon, which if fucking what's his name don't play, but Dallas probably swallow his ass. I don't know. AJ Dillon's big, man. He catches passes out of the backfield.
You like Swift? I mean Pierce.
Swift
like
haven't been playing
Pierce.
though.
Do you think Pierce play? I think Pierce. His chest and shoulder. You want to just take a risk on Pierce, and if he doesn't play, I'll take him out. I mean,
yeah, that's fine.
Let's just go with Pierce, and we'll see what happens. I know you liked Pierce. Where'd he go? And then maybe we can go up at defense here. We got 500. Let's go defense, and let's go with I don't know. I don't like any other ones. Do you? Do you like anybody better than the
Broncos or Colts? But you said the Broncos is going to be a low-scoring game, so I'd take the Colts again.
I'm going to run it. I know you're going to think I'm it. Let's run it with the Texans just since we got running back. Screw it. All right, so we got Fields, ETN, Chubb, St. Brown, Watson, Tony, Komet. And the only thing, do you think we should play somebody on Detroit before? If we think that's going to be a high-scoring game or not?
We got St. Brown.
Oh, that's right. We do have St. Brown. I think it's a pretty good team. All right, let's do that. We're going to run with that. I don't know what it just did. But all right. Yeah, I think that's about it. We did a DraftKings. Maybe we'll keep this going. I know it took a while. We'll have to be more prepared next time. But, yeah, appreciate everybody watching. Make sure you like, subscribe, YouTube, follow Apple Podcast, Spotify. And we'll be back next week. Hopefully Josh is with us. We're going to do the NFL show in about an hour. So appreciate you watching. Peace.